We're live. Facebook Live, excuse me. Drink water. Okay. Who watched last night? So good, right? So good. Okay. Anybody here? Anybody care? All right, so write your questions. One view. You're live. We're building an audience for you. Thank you, Facebook. Clearly, I can't build one myself. Just kidding. Just make myself laugh. Dan Ritter. Amir, so good. Is that swoon for boon, Dan Ritter? The Blacklist biggest super fan? Hey, Amir. Hello. Amith. Mattia, how are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Milena Mejia. That's someone from high school. Hi, Milena. A friend of mine from high school is up on here. I like it. Oh, there's someone very special to me. Just said so excited. Have you been to Morocco before? I haven't, but I really would like to go. Hope to get there soon. Hi, just want to say we love your show. Thank you, Mosumi. I love my job. Hello from Kearney, Nebraska. We know you from Kearney, Nebraska. John Bokenkamp, our showrunner's hometown. Thank you for doing this. The show was so exciting last night, wasn't it? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just reading and looking at this at the same time. The best. All right, it's going very quickly, so apologies if I miss you. Oh, I know you, Leah. Former workshop theater member. We had coffee in Hell's Kitchen. Of course, Leah. How are you? Theater people. Rashida Miri. Hello from Morocco. Rashida, you're always so nice on Facebook. I always see your comments, and thank you for the support. Yes, it's Swoon for Boon. Hello, Dan. Hello. Dan helped me last night. We're doing an AOL build next week. Me and Hisham are going to be on AOL build next. Oh, my friend Emily is. Oh, you're watching live. It's Emily Quartero. She's the best. She's helping me. Okay, here we go. Let's talk. Last night's Blacklist was the best. Love all the feminist ballads in Requiem. The Requiem was so good, right? Hello from Philadelphia. Hello from Turkey. I love that everyone's from all over the world. Okay. Do you speak any other languages? No. English only fluently. Here and there, pieces of other languages. Hello from Leeuwarden. Hello, Amir. A lot of hellos. Any questions? Hello, everybody. All right, questions. Aram, great personage. I love that your character has broken into being a badass. Thank you. Season 4, Aram has grown, hasn't he? He's, is there any way we can, excuse me, one second. Can we move these questions down here? We can't? We move them to this. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just I'm so distracted by all the questions. I can't focus on one of my answers. I already forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Season 4, badass Aram. Yes, thank you, Emily. Yeah, I was very surprised in 4:14 in The Architect when they had Aram pull that missile gun and shoot the architect. And I know that draft had various endings, but I always linked it in my mind to 404, 405, which was Gaia, the blacklister who had the kid who was born, for lack of a better word, deformed, and he always resented the nuclear fallout. So then he was going to kill everybody, and he was in the helicopter, and Aram got control of the helicopter, but he couldn't press the button, and Cooper pressed the button, and Samar was like, you made the wrong call. I always thought like that stayed with Aram, so then in 4:16, he made the right call. I mean, right or wrong, depends on who you ask. I think Aram regretted it a great deal, which is my reason why last night you saw bongs and beers on Aram's table, and why he started sort of dating Janet again is because he needed to let off some steam, because he was really stressed out that he killed the guy, even though he did it to protect more people from being killed. And I also think one of the reasons he did that was because he had witnessed the architect kill so many people in front of him that it just had to be stopped. So I thought it was earned. It was just at the edge of character. That was what's fun about the show. Okay, sorry, I missed a lot of questions. Try to scroll back. Oh my God, they're all coming in now. Maria Eduarda, what about Aram and Samar? I don't know if you watched last night. We are not doing good. But Aram and Janet are doing good. I do believe I am in a love triangle on NBC. And I like it. There's a lot more story to tell there, and the writers are milking it.
You have a lot of people asking what it's like working with your castmates.
The best? It's the best working with my castmates. I mean, we've been together, most of us, for 4 years now. 4 years. I just had a birthday. And if we go another, I'm not going to talk about my birthday. I've aged on this series. I mean, I've said this, before. I sort of think everyone is a bit like their character. Not exactly, obviously. No one's like a murderer that I'm aware of. Wouldn't put it past James. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, actually, Hisham was a Marine and a firefighter, so he's rescued people for real before. I don't know what he did as a Marine. Don't really ask. He's very cool, and I'm glad Aram is on his good side. Although that was fun last night. He totally manhandled me and put me in the trunk of a car. I wanted to mention this last night. Did anyone notice that when he took me out of the first trunk of the first car to put me to like hide the car and hide his track, put me in a second car, that second trunk was actually smaller. It was very quick, but I was like, good. This is bad enough he put me in a trunk. Okay. All right, questions. I'm just riffing here. What is your take on the speculation of the series being canceled due to ratings? I don't know. Never count your chickens before they hatch. I mean, obviously, I don't want it to end. But, got to flow like water with the universe. If we end, it was a great ride. I certainly hope we have more ride to go. We'll see. I think there's stuff above my pay grade that's being discussed and so forth. I don't want to predict because whatever I predict, the opposite will happen. Okay. In real life, which do you prefer, the smart type or the... Yeah. That's private. If you could be in another character in the Blacklist, who would you be? Like being Aram a lot. Don't really want to be any other character. I do think Ryan playing Tom Keen gets to have a lot of fun. So I know that would be a fun role to play too. He gets to he's a super spy, so he can literally do anything. Any accent, he can do anything. It's so cool. Ryan's so good at it. So I admire what he gets to do in that role. So what do you do for fun? Show must take up a lot of time. Show does take up a lot of time, especially the studying. I don't shoot all the time, but when I do talk, I have these chunky things to learn. The arcs of each episode are kind of windy, so I actually spend a lot of time sort of building the story for myself as an actor between the scenes. Because actually, if you look at each character and you pull them out of each episode, there's a lot that happens. What we learn, what we don't learn. Sometimes for me, it's just solving cases, what pieces of cases I've solved, why I solved them, why I looked them up. And we shoot out of order. Obviously, all TV shows and movies usually shoot out of order. So I spend a lot of time sort of filling that, and then also trying to fill it with Aram's point of view, so that when I enter, even if it's a 1-second phone call, I want it to be as alive and truthful as possible. Between Mr. Kaplan and Reddington, who do you root for? That is a good question, and I'm very curious what's going to happen with the fans, because we are just getting started. Watch the rest of this season. I can't say I'm really kind of in love with both of those characters and both of those actors, so I like it. I like that. I really liked. I liked and didn't like, but I liked in the beginning. It was the beginning. It was beginning of this season when Reddington in 402 shot her. Suddenly, that's the first time where I was like, everything bad that's Red's done. Now part of us is no longer with him. He's truly an anti-hero. He's always had his own moral code, but did he take it too far then? So, that was the first inkling where just me as an audience member started. Am I rooting for Red this all the time? There's something cool coming up. I can't say. I think it's the next episode that there's an interaction between Aram and Red in the war room. Saying too much. No more. Okay.
I had one.
Yeah.
Julie wants to know who's been the best blacklister to take down.
Who's been the best blacklister to take down in this season? All 4 seasons? Oh, that's hard. The best one to take down. Personally, I may have said this before, the director, for me, because I actually held a gun to his face, and that was David Strathairn, who was the head of a cabal, who was and then I had to save Lizzie from the box, but then put her in harm's way, and then I got rewarded with Reddington granting me his gratitude by a grave. So that one, personally, for me was very special. There's a lot of good Blacklisters. I'm trying to think this season. Think about it. Think about it. We'll come back to it. Okay. So sorry, I'm just talking. Hi from Spain. Hola, ¿cómo está? I hope it's not true that the show is in danger of being canceled. Me too. Look, I can't say more. I have some instincts and some series theories, but I'll just say this. I don't think NBC has announced any of their new shows or any of their season. I know it feels weird because I think some other networks have, but so no show has been renewed yet, and no pilot has been announced. So I feel like when that happens, we have a chance, a solid chance. Christito Eyes, hello from Ohio. You know I used to live in Ohio? Cleveland, when I was from ages 2 to 4 years old. Ohio. Or if it was bacon, so what? If so, chips, would you put a fried egg to mix it up to still need ketchup? Or if so, which? I didn't see that whole question, but I do like fried egg, and I do like. Okay. Very pertinent to the Blacklist. Julie Brown, you're killing me. Yeah, good. I'm just talking. Okay. So Mr. Kaplan is the one that's trying to take Red's empire down. I mean, keep watching. I mean, if you saw the end of this first episode last night, she had pulled out all the bodies that he had ever killed in the last couple, I don't know if I'm giving too much away, seasons. That's not good for Red or the task force. Okay, how about not saying? Didn't Aram say it's because, oh wait, this is good. Oh wait, hold on, where'd you go? Didn't Aram say that he didn't choose, this is very good. Very good pickup, Leah Mangibin, Leah S. Mangibin. Didn't Aram say that he didn't choose Samar because she lived a double life, but he still picked the other girl? Why? Thank you. I'm happy to talk about this. This is good. I had to think a lot about this. So, first of all, we're on hiatus. So he said that in 407? No, what was 4? Gosh, I think it was Lippert Seafood Company. I think that's 407. So, to be clear, that episode was when Samar was lying to the task force because she was working with Mossad, and she had sort of she was trying to do two things at once. We were both after the same guy, Zal bin Hassan. In that same episode, Aram was giving a deposition of how he keeps choosing the wrong girl and what he projects them, what he wants them to be. So that's on his mind. He talked about all his ex-girlfriends. He was obviously betrayed by Janet Elise at the time. And then throughout this whole episode, more than one time, Samar lied not just directly to the cast, but directly to Aram's face. And when it all comes out, and she had risked her life, which also causes him to, if somebody lies to you and risks their life, it's how can I be with this person? They're breaking my heart and lying to me. I don't even know how to navigate those waters. I certainly don't think that Aram does. He's I don't want to say he's a bit naive and green, if you will, in a relationship that complicated. Don't think anytime a relationship gets complicated, I don't think he's been able to survive in the past. That's just more of my theories. So anyway, so she did. So also I had passed the deposition, so she's like, let's celebrate. It's a date, and he had made his first. So he had just gone over the edge and asking her out. Sorry if I'm taking too long to talk about this. Just gone over the edge to ask her out, and then a few scenes later, he finds out that she lied to all of us. Cooper wasn't having it, and she's like, let's go celebrate. It certainly didn't feel like cause for celebration. She almost died. And specifically when he handed her those, so it's a very weird feeling when someone you know and care about, you find out just lied to you. It's like a film of betrayal. Even if you can understand the reasons, it'll take a second to kind of warm back up. So that's very human. But why would he get back with Janet if she's a devil? Well, Janet was a surprise, and this is also very human. So when he did The Architect and he went underground into the hacker convention, she was there, and he was pissed, and he was still not over that, how someone could betray him that much, even much more than Samar. They were in bed together, and was she using him? And I think Aram couldn't get over the idea, was any of it real? I think that had been weighing on him ever since. I mean, he felt like such a fool. So finally, when they're working together, and she has to help him and takes off his scarf, he says, was any of it real? And then she doesn't really answer it. She goes, it wasn't personal. Which one could assume that none of it was real, but still, like, did you use the, anyway, this whole, I'm talking a lot about this, but this is such an important fulcrum, fun word, fulcrum, fulcrum for Aram in this decision and this love triangle. So, okay, so when that happens, okay, and then he finds out that she saved his life. She went to, Aram like tried to save everyone's life from the architect, and she went and saved his life by telling them how to track me. So when he finds that out, and interesting, Samar tells him, which is cool of her, he goes, thank you for saving my life, but just so you know, we're done, score's even, we're not. And then she says Aram, and she has the most sincere look on her face. She goes, I'm sorry. That goes a long way with Aram, a long way. And he heard it, and he saw it, and I think after that, they probably could talk. She now works for the NSA, and of course, it's like very easy to fall into bed again with your ex, or into someone you have. He probably was like, there's no way we're going to be in a relationship, but we can let off some steam after killing people together around that. So, and him and Samar were not on good, and like she said in the episode, I help him blow off steam. I don't think they're in some big love affair. I think they're just having fun. Okay, back to what Samar said. Samar was not the, I didn't say Agent Double Life. I said, I can't be, and she said, a spy whose allegiances you can't trust. So she said those words, and I said, obviously I think a lot about this, too much about this. I get made fun of for this. And he said, I just can't be with somebody like that. I still think he was trying to formulate his point of view on it when she was like, I get it. You can't be with a spy. And of course, then she said she's in love with him or in love with someone else to Levy, but Aram never knew that. Okay, so I think it's very human for him to think he can't be with anybody like that and then reconnect with somebody he said intimacy with, but not think they're in a relationship and thinks, I think Aram probably thought like, yeah, I'm going to end this with Janet whenever, but he's just continuing to have fun. And this is a big one. Oh, I thought about it. This is a big one. He killed someone. It's very hard for Aram to deal with. And Samar's always like, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. Why even think about it? And I'm like, you don't understand me. I can't deal with that. I can't breathe. And here's someone who at least seems like she gets it in Janet at least. But look, Aram and Samar are connected in such bizarre ways. This sort of, you only get so hurt and frustrated by somebody you obviously care about a lot. So the story is not over. How was that? Did I take the entire Facebook Live to answer that one question? Okay, more questions. Agreed, very human. Okay. Hi, Amir, Brazil. Tudo bem? Fun to listen to. 1,000 comments so far, and I've seen like 7. I'm sorry. Please don't. I'm not going to read that out loud. Dr. Nick among the bodies? I don't think so. I think that's a very good question. We haven't seen Dr. Nick, and you would think that. I wonder if he'll come back. I won't say any more about that, but good question. There's so much story to tell. I think there's so many nooks and crannies and mythology, the writers. I mean, it's rich for more episodes. Another season, maybe. Okay. Do you feel Aram is always the Blacklist moral compass? Will we see another side of him this season? I love that question. I mean, I can't answer that. I think he has a moral compass, which is very human, and maybe more like the common man, where all of these folks on the show are really blacklisted for. But I do think one of the major themes of the show is how everybody's moral compass shifts to do what's right. And look, he's on this task force. He murdered someone in The Architect, so his moral compass has certainly shifted. I mean, it's in line with the code of the show and Reddington. But, I know he always tries to do the right thing and puts his, always tries to put his friends and his colleagues first. I think that's a good moral compass. And will he change? I think he has changed. I think all the characters have changed. I think we're watching Wrestler change a lot. We've all seen Liz go through 1,000 changes. I think Reddington is changing a little bit. I think Reddington may, unfortunately, have to start regretting what he did. I mean, he said once to Dembe, forgive me for Kate, for everything. That was a few episodes ago, so. Okay, hope that helped. Hello! Hello from, I don't know where that flag is, but it looks South American. Farhana, Mita, Middle Eastern? Hi. Will Liz know the truth about Mr. Kaplan? Keep watching. Keep watching. Well, did you watch last night? She learned a lot. Red admitted a lot. Red told her a lot. They were crying in the car towards the end, so she already knows a lot. But oh, you mean about the upbringing? Watch. I can't remember what was revealed in the second episode last night. I was so taken with that actress who played young Kaplan. I was like, how did they find her? It was like her and Susan, Joanna Adler's her name. That was like the best casting I've ever seen. Ram is the first episode. I thought you are okay with. Do you think loved it? Love you as a Ram. Keep it up. Amo voce. I love your voice. What does that mean? Amo voce. I love you. What does voce mean? Something. Voice. Does a Ram have a? Oh, hold on. Oh, I like that one. Hold on. Does a Ram have a past? Will we see it? I mean, I have my ideas, and I've talked to some of the writers a little bit about it. What do we know about him so far? He has a Muslim father and a Jewish mother, which I think is dope. He's from Delaware. He's quintessential American. He has Judaism and Islam in his roots. We don't know if he has any siblings. We've certainly heard a lot about his tragic ex-girlfriends and his online dating escapades. That's all we know, really, I guess. Oh, he worked for the NSA. That was sort of on the Blacklist mythology. That was on the website for a while, and Harold Cooper picked him for this task force because of his tactical abilities, counter-surveillance measures, and hacking abilities. He worked for the NSA for a long time, so he talks about people he know in the NSA and in different programs, but that's all we know right now. We'll see if there's more to be told, hopefully next season. Let's go fast. Oh, hold on. What time is it? 1:22. Okay. Will there be a third season? Well, we're in the 4th season, so there definitely will be a 3rd season. Hello, dear. What kinds of scenes are your favorite to film? Action, drama, romance, etc. You know, I like it all. I'm in rehearsals right now for a production of Hamlet. It is not like the Blacklist. It is hard, dude. I have to do these I'm working on this grief on the most operatic level. I'm playing Laertes. That part is hard. And one of the reasons I took it was because it's hard and it scared the heck out of me. I mean, it's like a smaller part in the play that's just deceptively challenging. He's also very different from a Ram, so I wanted to kind of feel that as an actor again because I've been playing this part for so long and I haven't, But, I mean, he's a man of action. He's sort of fearless. It's hard. I don't know if I like it more. I really like playing a Ram because they really get him to do. I get in the action sometimes, which is enough for me. He gets to be funny. He gets to be smart. He has great integrity, I believe, most of the time. Those are wonderful things to play. And now I'm getting a little romance, which is fun to play too. I do love playing villains too. I like it all. I really like being in comedies though because they put me in a good mood. I start to bounce in my life when I'm in a comedy. And now that I'm really scared, I'm doing this Hamlet. I'm so tired after rehearsals because he's just in so much grief over Ophelia and Polonius. His father and his sister died within a short period of time, and they were a very, very close family. And it's assumed that his mother died when he was young, so he has no one now. And their deaths were not kosher. Did Shisham really put you in the trunk? Yeah, I was in 2 trunks of the car. Yeah, the crew put me in the trunk of the car. I was in 2 trunks, and that second trunk was small, dude. That was funny. You can thank Brandon Margolis and Brandon Saunier, our writers of that episode. I think they're always up to doing fun stuff with the Ram and making me pay for it in production. They've become friends. So I always look forward to their episodes. How do you feel about the role you play in the show? I mean, you can tell you have a passion for what you do. I know you would love to tell us everything, but can't. Oh, you see me. You see me. I have a huge passion for what I do. I've been doing it since I was 8. I love acting. I love storytelling. I really enjoy directing too. I love it. And I can't sleep at night if I don't feel like I've done the best I could do. So it's sort of my work ethic is based on anxiety. No, because sometimes if I'll see a scene, I'll do a scene and and I'll be like, that could have gone better. What didn't go as good as I thought? And there's nothing you can do about what's around you in this world. We can only look to ourselves. So what could I have done better? Even if we feel we were wrong, what could I have learned to handle that situation better? So I often think what I could, but you know, a lot of my friends and colleagues are like, give yourself a break, Amir. And so that's important too. But I'm tough on myself. Pardon my candor, but you're purdy. Thank you, Kellyanne. In that tiny little picture, you look pretty too. You have sunglasses on and your hair is like this. Make a show in Saudi. It's going to be awesome. Rayed Youssef Al-Sahleh. We'll work on that. Habibi. I'm so excited to see your characters develop in 4 seasons. What would you like to see Aram take on next in this role? I mean, I've gotten more than I've ever. He got one this year. Big time. I got 2 love interests. Well, Samar's always been a lingering. Never quite. Yeah. But that's, I mean, he's always had the. Oh, but what am I talking about? Even when Samar were like this, she got with a wrestler. She likes Levy. She was like kissing all these other dudes. Aram. I've had a few kisses this season. Annie Heiss, the wonderful Annie Heiss, has been so cool. We've been kissing in bed, in the shower, on the Blacklist. The computer guy. It's great. What else do I want? I don't know. I'm so happy. I guess we'd like to see a little more back. I wouldn't mind seeing a scene with. I mean, I wouldn't mind Aram to have like a twin brother, and he's the Blacklister. That's just me being a greedy actor. That's not really a thing. Don't do that, writers. I mean, do it if you want, but don't do it. It's like that would be jumping the shark. Oh, I can see my hair. I messed it up. Oop. Love from Scotland. I've been to Scotland. Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Beautiful. Okay, hello from Cuero, Texas. I never heard of Cuero. We love you on the Blacklist. Oh, wow, thanks for watching. Aram is so funny. You're the best. Netherland love Blacklist. Love this. I love that our show is popular around the world. So cool. And we're shooting in New York, so I often meet tourists from so many parts of the world, and I'm like, do you have our show in your country? In your country? I met some people last week. I put it on Insta story on my Instagram from Liverpool, Japan. I already know about Turkey, Germany. Somebody chased me down the street from Saudi Arabia once. Aram, I can't believe it's you. I love Blacklist. So good. So a woman and her 2 kids ran up, and I didn't know them, and they kissed me. They were like, took her arms around me and kissed me here. This is a very intimate spot for a stranger to kiss you. She was petite and sweet, so it wasn't that scary. it was charming. And her daughters, they all watch Blacklist in Chile, Brazil. Hello from South Korea. And we watched in South Korea. Hello. Do you really know how to hack? Maybe. That's all I'll say about that. I do my research. I think Aram is Samar's soft spot. He makes her vulnerable, and she hates it, but loves him at the same time. Lisette, Cookie Gray, I think you have good human intuition. Will you go behind the camera to direct the episodes? Great question. I do want to direct in television, but I don't think directing Blacklist would be my forte because it's such an action-based show. I mean, you really have to be an Army general and know so much about the technical aspects. I mean, it's like, each episode is like Die Hard with cars flipping over and chases, and they have to get so much done in a day. I just don't, I'm nowhere near ready or proficient enough to do something like that. I mean, our directors have extraordinary tasks. I feel like I'm more suited to direct sort of like actor-based comedies, dramedies, like sort of like HBO, like Insecure or Girls or maybe Divorce, maybe a Veep, which is sort of like or The Office, which is sort of like cinema verite. It's not so much about the technical; it's more about making sure the story comes out. Like that. That's what interests me. So I've been talking to camera operators, and I talk to all our directors because I really want to learn from them. But I don't think directing shows like The Blacklist is for me. Acting on them is for me, but I don't think directing them is for me. But thank you for that question. I thought a lot about that. Twin brother would be awesome. Thank you, Jeannie Buck. right into the Johns. Wouldn't that be funny? I could like shave, put on a wig, get a like scar. He went this way, I went that. And he's like really smart in some other like nefarious skill. What happened in new episodes when the sun turned off and put on the good dinosaurs? Well, I'm glad your son watched the dinosaurs. You'll just have to rewind and watch. Thank you for this very good time spent with us. Thank you, Rashida. I love your. My brother is like 4 years old and just loves your character. That is awesome. I'm so glad he can relate to me. But I have to ask, why is a 4-year-old watching The Blacklist? Maybe talk to that other person on here and watch the dinosaurs. No judgments. To each his own on parenting. Okay, I'm told we have to wrap it up. It's 1:31. We've been on for 31 minutes. A few more minutes.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Okay. She says 5 minutes. We'll do 6. I'm just being love from Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico. Hello from Laredo, Texas. I love the Blacklist. I apologize to all of you if I didn't see your questions. So many are coming in fast. This is so fun. I wish I could get to all of them. There's going to be more opportunities. Okay, I think I'm going to Chicago this weekend. I'm going to be there with John Bokenkamp, and can I say the other guest? I can't. That's not. I think it was revealed actually on the internet. It was revealed.
Okay.
You sure?
It's on you.
I'm not going to do it. Okay. Harry was announced, but Harry can't come now. So it's me and Bokenkamp and a cast member. One that you might not expect. And it's cool. So I think they're going to live stream some of that somewhere. So we'll be on a Chicago panel on the Blacklist page. In Chicago. And then next Thursday, me and Hisham are going to be on this thing called AOL Build. I think the other cast members are doing some press too. I don't know exactly what. AOL Build, where we answer some more questions. And then I think there's another Facebook Live with Hisham, right? With Hisham next Thursday. Literally before the next episode too, which is, we have exciting stuff too. So within these 2 episodes, there's a lot of talking. You'll get sick of my voice. I'll get sick of my voice. Can Aram speak in Persian as good as Samar can? Does he have any Persian roots? Well, Aram has a Persian last name, so Aram does have Persian roots, but Aram is so American like me, he doesn't really speak other languages. Mojan is Iranian, fully, the character and in real life, and speaks fluent Farsi. Mojan speaks a few languages. I think she speaks German and Swedish too. Did I say Swedish right? Okay, apologize if I said that. I loved you with Nia Vardalos and I Hate Valentine's Day. You and your early Madonna eyebrows. Thank you for saying so. It's my first sort of supporting big role in a movie a bunch of years ago. Nia Vardalos is a gem. My main scene partner was Stephen Guarino. He's this hilarious comic actor, lives in LA now. Just did a pilot. Thank you for saying so. I feel a little embarrassed by that movie, by my work in the movie. But thank you for saying so. It was fun. Aram is one of the best characters on the shows. He plays a major role in bringing in the Blacklisters. Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of that. What was your hardest scene? Two come to mind. Losing my mind trying to get Lizzie out of the box and then pulling the gun on the director. That sequence, I had to dig deep. I wasn't used to that as a Ram, and I hadn't done that as an actor in quite some time. I don't think I'd ever done that on TV. That sort of navigate those sort of waters. And then the other part, in terms of preparation, work, just getting oneself into that space and what you have to do. You can't even rehearse for that. You just have to trust. You have to prepare, and then let it go. And you can't. And then the other one I think was going to get read. It was just a subtle scene at the door when he was in absolute grief over Liz's death, and Aram was too, and he had to get her. He had this model. They cut a little bit out of it. They cut it right. That speech, we did a lot of takes of that, and it came out a lot of different ways. I think one take I cried. One take there was more anger. It was all kinds of stuff. And, they put together that was I mean, it looks like what's beautiful is I think it comes out sort of simply, the way they shot it and cut it, and the takes they used. But I was losing my mind preparing for that because I was going to face James and Reddington, and not letting him close the door on my face. And those were hard. Those are the two that come to mind as the hardest. Oh, there was one this season that was super hard and super fun. Was when Aram comes into Red's secret non-digital area because we had been hacked by compromise. And Aram had spent 18 hours. He was up all night. He realized he had been betrayed. He realized it was his fault. He spent all day trying to fix it and then created his own rubber ducky and had to face the task force and tell them it was his fault and that he has a plan. And that was a lot to play. And then face Samar and his boss and Wrestler, all different reasons why it was so hard to face them. So the 18 hours and the knowing I was betrayed and knowing that I was the leak, my access to Janet was the leak, that was betrayed everything what Aram wants to be. So I feel like that and the scene with Liz in the box trying to get her out or to keep her alive was as far to the edge as Aram has gone on the series. And I have gone as an actor. I think with The Architect he went pretty far too, but I feel like those were a little internally rough. Okay, we're winding up. Okay. I loved you when you got Liz out of the box. Thank you. Do you in any way relate yourself to any of your characters that you play? I relate a lot to Rom. A lot. Everyone's very similar to the character, a little different. I hope I can be as brave and noble as Aram when push comes to shove. So he's someone I aspire to be like. Obviously, he needs to stand up straighter sometimes and be a little less awkward with Samar and the girls. And there's some things he could improve upon. But I love his work ethic, and I try to. I think that we're a lot. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. What is it like to work with James Spader? Like you would imagine, like working with Raymond Reddington. Exciting, scary. I think I look up to James like Aram looks up to Reddington. Like his intelligence, his preparation, his brilliance. I mean, I think all of that mirrors the actor and the character. I work with your dad. Hi, Romaine Grant Clark. What do you do with my dad? My dad is a surgeon in South Florida and my work ethic role model. Thank you. Tell him I say hello. I always loved Aram's loyalty. Me too. Hello from Algeria. Hello. Iran, I love you with an M, but it's okay, Urania. Good looking and intelligent, great character you've been gifted with. Thank you. Good looking. Hi from Edmond, Alberta, Canada. Canada. Love the blacklist of your character. Hello from Florida. Hometown. So sorry the Heat didn't make the playoffs. They deserved to. They would have wrecked it in the East. But I love Florida. Yes. Hello from New Jersey. We love the blacklist. What do you think about Liz and Tom's relationship? Complicated. But I think Aram probably is very forgiving of people making tough decisions. I don't think he judges other people's relationships. I mean, look, he just got back with Janet, so how can he fault Liz for getting back with Tom? Tom's proved himself to be on Liz's side, on the task force side, time and again. And he's also someone that Aram probably weirdly admires, not because of his abilities with girls, with confidence, with dangerous situations, with danger. I mean, he's obviously a very different character that he's probably not going to be like super good friends with, but they have a fun dynamic. Wish you could stay on here longer. Me too. But we have try to watch tomorrow's panel in Chicago. Probably get much more exciting answers from our special guest and John Bokenkamp, who knows way more than I do about everything. Hugs from Australia. I lived in Australia. I studied abroad in Sydney. I love you. Please, please, please don't mind me asking Amir why your gray hair couldn't be more like this. Carrie O'Brien. I know her. That's one of my best friend's girlfriends. How dare you, Carrie? Carrie, I'm going to get you for that. Your character is brilliant. Thank you. So proud of you, Romaine Grant Clark. Thank you. Oh, that's the one who knows me back. Hi from Brazil. When the show returns, I don't know when it returns from Brazil. Sorry. What was I just answering before? What was I saying? Something. Hold on. Let me go back. I was in the middle of saying something. It probably means I should.
More like this weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you want to stay on longer, tomorrow we'll be in Chicago. We'll be air. What time is it in Chicago? 3 o'clock Chicago time, which is an hour different from New York time. So 3 o'clock is that? That's 2 or that's 4?
Chicago's 1 hour behind us.
So 3 will be 4.
Yes.
Will be 4. No, that means there'll be 2 here. Can we delete this part of the Facebook Live where the guy who plays a ROM can't figure out an hour plus or minus?
No, it'll be an hour ahead here.
4 o'clock on the East Coast. Was it 3? It starts at 3 then. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And then next week.
Thank you, Emily. And then, oh yeah, next week, Thursday, AOL Build.
We'll let you know what time.
No, wait, there is a time set for that.
Noon for AOL Build.
Noon for AOL Build and
Facebook Live will let you know.
Or maybe 10. Facebook Live will let you know. Stay tuned. Follow this page. This is my public page that I recently created. Talk to you guys. Okay. I think that's probably it. It's one. We stayed on for 41 minutes. One more minute. Can't take this away from me. It's mine. Okay. My mom and I have guys, you are amazing. I hate it when it's not the summer, so I have to watch the recorded ones. Make sure you wish Megan a happy B-Day tomorrow, too. Thank you, Dan. Everybody wished her a happy birthday. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for the heads up. That's Swoon for Boone, Blacklist #1 fan. I challenge you all to rival Swoon for Boone, Dan Ritter, for the #1 fan. He has been at so many events and always, I mean, he helped me yesterday find the thing that is promoting the AOL build that I didn't even know about last night on Twitter. Yeah. Hi from North Carolina. I went to acting camp in North Carolina the summer of sophomore year when I was 15 years old. It's the first time I found love. Sarah Ledbetter, if you're watching, I love you forever. She's a great girl. She's now a friend of mine. She makes dance. She's sort of an avant-garde dance choreographer, dancer, and raises for good causes and raises money in Memphis, Tennessee. She's cool, and her family's great. What am I talking about? I should get off about 2 more minutes. Then it'll be a clean 45. I like even numbers. You're a great actor. Are you working on anything else on the Blacklist? I just mentioned it before. I'm in rehearsals now because we're finishing we're shooting the finale of this season right now. And so I just went into rehearsals for this production of Hamlet with a friend of mine who's playing Hamlet, Aryan Moayed. He's an amazing actor, a great theater actor. So he's put this together. It's sort of set in Iran in 1900. Sherry Renee Scott. There's a bunch of Tony nominees in it. A bunch of Sheila Vand. It's playing Ophelia. There's a lot of great people. A friend of mine, Barzin. So it's in the round, a black box theater in the round with only 99 seats. So it's like, you want to come, you got to get your ticket now because there's really not that many seats in the whole run. We only run like a month because it fits in the schedule in case we have another season. It's hard. Maybe don't come. I might not be good. It's hard. But that's why I did it, to push myself. Oh God, I'm scared. I really am scared. You look handsome. Oh, thank you, Ornella. Should have done that. One more. Nice episode last night. That was from someone special who sent that before. Hello from Ontario, Canada. I would suspect that Aram had a crush on Liz. Thoughts? Interesting. No, in my opinion. I really think they're very close in sort of a brother-sisterly way. And me and Megan are like that too. We kind of look out for each other, give each other advice and tidbits, and we turn to each other if we have a question about a scene or hitting a wall. Season 1, I know where people got that. There's season 1, she says early on when his character was still kind of ancillary, I did something for her, and she was like, Aram, you're the best. And Aram was like, I think he just liked the acknowledgement and the approval from this sort of amazing agent who was the center of our task force. I think he just, he was desperately trying to fit in. And I think that was aligned with with me wondering what my place is on this show and on this task force, you know, before they really grew the character. And then he just kind of like did little favors for her. He had a soft spot for her. He also, remember, he was the one who saw that Reddington kind of killed her adopted father, Sam. So he sort of admired and was scared of Reddington, but saw that she was in this very tough spot. I feel like Aram immediately had empathy for the impossible situation that Liz was in, which is another way I built the character. So she felt comfortable with him. I actually think Aram is one of the people she feels most comfortable with. You know, it's complicated with Red. Obviously, Tom's her husband, and it's complicated there too. You know, her and Samar have sort of like their tough girl bond, tough girls. Her and Wrestler have a unique connection, but I think they always had like a keener tension. So I think Aram is probably just like friendship and sibling friendship. All right, it's 1:46. Okay, goodbye. Last one for goodbye. Do you pluck your eyebrows? No. I sometimes trim them. Okay, that's it. We're ending on that. Goodbye. I love you. Talk to you soon.